Welcome back to Twilight Imperium tournament coverage. This is the third round of my prelims game, where I'm playing Jol-Nar in the purple position. It's been a while now since this was recorded, so keep in mind that we're playing the base game. There are no Omega technologies, no Codex editions, and no expansion content. So far, I'm doing pretty well. 2 rounds are complete without any major disasters. I've scored 2 public objectives, so I'm tied at 2 points with Sol, played by Delorien, and Hacan, played by John. Everyone else is at 1. I've got a decent hand of cards, including a secret objective to control Mechatol Rex. My main goal this round is to build up my military, to protect my home system, and prepare for an assault on Mechatol. I stretched my forces thin last round to complete a control objective. Fortunately, I can afford to consolidate now, since the latest public objective requires technology that my Jol-Nar will have no problem getting. Before jumping into the strategy phase, there's a little business left to complete in the agenda phase.
We want to trade now while we can.
Oh, I owe someone else a trade good. I owe green, right?
Yes.
You guys can feel free to just pass those back and forth. Someone's already been played, so we have the start of the strategy phase starting with blue.
We pair debts. I give 1 trade good to the L1Z1X, and Barony gives 1 trade good to me. So I net 0. Thank you.
Come on, we got this.
Given how many trade goods I ended up with, I kind of regret not using my full production capacity to build another cruiser last round. Okay, so he just took leadership. I will take trade. With any luck, I'll be able to make a bunch of money off trade and use that to build more plastic. John picks politics. It's kind of unfortunate for me, because unless I can buy the speaker token from him, I'll be picking last next round. Adam picks technology, which makes sense since there's a technology objective out there.
Didn't think Imperial would make. I didn't think Tech would either.
What you thinking, White? I know you wanted leadership, I know you wanted politics, but they're keeping it on that side of the board, so what you thinking? Construction. Alright.
I think that was a good strategy phase. I picked second and got the card I wanted. I invested in a space dock last round, so I should be able to do a lot of production now. Delorien wisely begins by building in his home system. If he had left it open, I would have considered attacking him, or at least threatening to. I'm not sure why he's got his promissory note out on the table. I don't think anyone used it.
That looks awesome, Blue, and thank you for having it ready.
While John moves his Hacan out of Mechatol, I start whisper negotiations with Strongsauce about research agreement. I paid him 2 trade goods for his Techlor Legion promissory note last round, which is a pretty good price, so I'd like him to pay 4 trade goods for my research agreement now. Since I have trade, all he needs to do is give me his trade agreement and 1 extra trade good. He agrees to the deal. Strongsauce then plays construction. Since I don't have any secret objectives for structures, there's really no reason for me to follow, so I pass.
It would help if I toggled yes. Strongsauce, you go ahead and put it down.
Are we ready for me to do trade? John, before I do trade, are you coming after Tarman? Should I move out? Or I guess you don't, you're locked down, aren't you? Okay, alright. Well, what about you, Delorien? Do you need me to move anything right away, or should I just go ahead? Okay, alright, plain trade then. Alright, okay, this is the big thing this round. We gotta all make our deals here. So could I do 3 for 4 in your, or maybe how about 4 for 4 in your thing? Rewatching the video, I can't believe I said do a 4-for-4 trade and your thing. I meant his promissory note, but that definitely wasn't clear here. That leads to some confusion later. Don't be like me and make vague, non-binding deals. Just don't do it. Okay. Alright, we will do that. Okay, who else? Who else wants in on this? Alright, Yellow, what do you want? You want to do a... John jumps in and offers me the speaker token in exchange for a 6-for-6 trade. I take that deal quickly. I think it's pretty great. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. That seems good to me. I'm down for that. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Alright, Red. Let's see. I don't know. You want to owe me one again?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm sorry, what?
Green has a strike agreement the same way.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I should be negotiating with Green then. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got 2 trade agreements, your own and his? Can I just refresh both of them for 2?
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Sounds good. It's refreshes all around then. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2. Or no, wait, hold on. So you're going to give me 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take these.
We still don't have a second agreement. But if White can move out of the one, all of them can move in cities.
Ah, I see. Oh, we're not. Okay, all right, no problem. All right, so I will give Hacan his 6. Okay, and Soul's giving me 4, and I'm giving him 4. And here's where my unclear negotiation with Soul comes in. I'm expecting his promissory note, and he is not going to give it to me. So I whine at him for a while, and he ends up giving me 4 trade goods exchanged for 3. It's not the deal I wanted, but it's okay. Sorry about the misunderstanding. Goodwill is restored. Okay, and I use the trade agreement of White. Okay, my bad. All right, that's it. Oh, Jesse, can you give me a couple of your tokens so I can remember?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm not proud of that trade round, but I did end up with a lot of money. I have 17 trade goods, I'm owed 2 more, and the speaker token.
Who's gonna inherit medical rights?
Well, I'll take it if I want it. It's gonna sit there, I'll take it.
Do you mind if I take up the CCs?
Who's talking?
Right.
No. You can take it if you want.
On conversations such as that does the fate of the galaxy hang. Barony moves into Mechatol. His destroyer goes through a gravity rift, so he has to roll, but it makes it through unscathed. The Sardakk N'orr have a PDS-2 next to Mechatol, so negotiations start on whether or not to shoot.
He's offering his political secret, Strongsauce.
I can hear him. I would love to get that trade.
He would love to get that trade good.
Okay. Trade good not to fire at me right now.
The deal goes through and no shots are fired. We move on to L1Z1X's turn. He activates the Alpha wormhole near Sardakk N'orr.
Flank speed is being played. 1, 2, 3.
Flank speed goes through, and L1Z1X moves a bunch of ships into the system.
Now that Strongsauce has PS2 and quite a bit of PDS on the board, can you guys just type in chat what its final movement, please, so he knows? It's really tricky when PS2 is on the table.
At this point, I start a long, whispered negotiation with Barony. He's interested in taking the hazardous planet next to my home system. We work out a deal, but it eventually falls through, so I'll spare you all the details. L1 easily takes the wormhole space, and we move on to the Federation of Souls' turn. He uses leadership. I decide to get 4 command tokens. I use all my planets that have more influence than resources. In addition, I have to throw in 2 trade goods. We move on to Hacan's turn, where he plays politics and gives me the speaker token. Thank you, I appreciate that, Hacan. There was some confusion as I was accidentally dealt the agenda cards, so let's skip past that. I do some thinking and decide to follow politics. I've got the command tokens for it, and I love getting action cards. I'm dealt another shields holding and maneuvering jets.
Wait, did you want to follow the secondary of politics?
I don't have any plans to get into combat soon, so those aren't the action cards I was looking for. That was not what I wanted.
Mine's next soon, right?
Barony confirms that he is planning on playing tech soon. Sardakk moves a carrier over to take Aranom away from the L1Z1X. I can't remember if this was negotiated or not. Okay, so Sardakk ran over and took some of this stuff, and he took the wormhole there. I see, cutting us off, so we're no longer neighbors. Oh, but Green is a neighbor with me.
Yeah, we are, so I can give you your trade goods now.
Thank you, sir.
Turn? Your turn, or?
It is, yes, it is my turn.
Sweet.
He hands over the 2 trade goods he owes me. It's always a relief when that happens. Okay, thank you. Alright, got caught up on that. In addition to my whispered conversation with Barony, Sardakk has been whispering me about what tech we should get. He's interested in fleet logistics. Sorry, I know it just looks like I'm sitting here, but it's a lot. Okay, maybe it could be very good. Okay, I'm gonna go and let's see. I'll just build some stuff. I pass my turn so that play can continue while I'm building, but tech immediately pops and demands my attention. In addition to all that, Sardakk is whispering me about potentially paying for a sabotage. I don't have one, but I don't want to tell him I don't have one. It's all very confusing.
So just a quick reminder, just go ahead and put whatever you're spending, your command counter, and your tech in your production area.
And I still need to build. Sorry, okay, I'm gonna build. I end up building a dreadnought, a destroyer, and 2 infantry. I could probably have afforded to spring for a cruiser, but I'm trying to put the bulk of my forces next to Mechatol. The forces at my home system are just for defense. Okay, I finished my build. Sorry, I'm still getting caught up. I belatedly remember that I would like to use my dreadnought that's already in my home system to move 1 ground force from the planet with the space dock to the planet without one, but I'm informed that that ship has sailed and I've lost my opportunity. We move on and I can finally start thinking about what to do with technology. I would like to sell research agreement to the Barony of Letnev, since they can use it right away, but it doesn't seem like there's a good way to do that. So, Red, are you interested in doing... let's see, I guess the problem is you don't really have any money or anything. Okay, never mind. I'll just get the one. I'll get fleet logistics. All my attention is on research agreement, and I totally forget that this would be an excellent opportunity to research ERES siphons. And I think White's gonna use my research agreement here, right, White? Finishing tech takes a while because of audio problems with the Sardakk N'orr player, but eventually we get through it. In the end, Hacan gets Graviton Laser System, which gives them a second yellow. Barony gets Neuromotivator and Dax of Animators. Sol picks up Infantry 2. I get Fleet Logistics, and N'orr also gets Fleet Logistics via research agreement. On his own, he researches Exotrireme 2. The L1 research Inheritance Systems. Sorry, what was that? Did not hear that.
I'm playing war effort in the AOM hole.
Oh, okay. Delorien passes, and then John builds at home. After that, we get to Sardakk N'orr's turn. He moves in on Tarman.
There?
Sardakk N'orr easily takes the planet. I'm busy planning my build, but Sardakk N'orr and L1 are deep in a conversation about the future of their game. They could be stealing planets from each other, but they end up deciding to swap promissory notes instead. Build some stuff. So, what? Did anything end up happening there? No.
No, Purple. If you're building, can you just activate and then pass?
Sure. Can you fill me in on what green did?
Green did nothing. It was White's turn. They swapped promissory notes.
I move my Dreadnought next to Mechatol Rex and build 2 more and 2 fighters. I'm starting to build up the invasion fleet I'll need to score my secret objective later. Barony builds at home and does some kind of transaction with Hacan. I'm not really sure on the details. I think things got a bit confused at this point. L1Z1X plays unexpected action and frees up his ships on the Alpha wormhole.
Unexpected action. 1, 2, 3. Goes through 3.
This is when I look up and finally realize there's been a lot of support trading going on.
Oh no, I stupidly put it in Dragon.
Green, who's that going to? I thought red and yellow spot supports.
Never ended.
Uh-oh.
Nazi and green.
I'm not sure how this got confused, but in the end what we have is Sol on my right support swapped with the Sardakk N'orr, the Barony of Letnev and L1Z1X support swapped, leaving Hacan and myself with support for the throne still in our hands.
I think we should be good now.
Sorry, I'm miscommunication yellow.
Well,
Alright, we're sorted.
I mean, hey, we can, you don't need to get cut out of this. You want to swap with me? I want to position myself to win at the end of round 5, and getting a support swap is an important part of that, so I start talking to Hacan. So, are you interested in getting that point back, Hacan? John isn't interested in getting cut out of the support swap deal either, so he agrees to trade with me. The nice side effect of all this is that he will no longer be able to come after my industrial planets, so that prevents him from scoring one of the stage 1 objectives. Okay, so Visionist, you do grab these, right, and put them up there.
I do. That's what happened with red and yellow. I was so yeah, okay. So, just to be clear, purple and yellow are swapping sports. Forever hold your peace, guys.
With that important business taken care of, I start thinking about action cards. I've got Neural Motivator, so I'm going to draw 2 more cards that I can actually hold at the end of this round. I need to do something with them. Yellow, are you interested in buying action cards? I'm in a position where I'm gonna get some and have to discard, but you could buy some. John's open to buying one, and I don't mind getting rid of some of these combat cards I don't plan to use right now. I mean, I'm fine with like owing a trade good or whatever, John says he'll buy Shield's Holding for 1 trade good. It's not a great deal, but I'm gonna have to chuck something at the end of this round anyway. Yeah, sure. I'll give you that for the promise of 1. Free stuff, right? For my support friends.
Alright, Purple, what are you thinking for your turn?
I'm still going to be stuck having to discard 1 action card, but I don't really want to use up my as an action cards now. Those are so good for stalling when I need them later. I think I might be done unless somebody's got something to do. Yeah, that's, Huh, okay, yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to do.
Red, what you thinking?
Pass.
Red passes green.
I'm popping through.
Are you scoring?
Yes, I'm going to score with 5 trade goods.
And I think you want a secret.
Yes, please.
Everyone wants to buy another secret objective, myself very much included.
White, blue, purple, yellow.
I draw threatened enemies. This is a very achievable secret objective. All I have to do is have a ship next to another player's home system. In fact, I already have a carrier next to Sol's home system, and he doesn't seem to be in any hurry to destroy it.
Alright, everyone should have been secret. We are moving on to blue pass, yellow pass, white. White passes, purple pass, red. I think we're back to you, green.
At this point, I can start seeing my path to 10 points. I've scored 2 points for controlling planets and spending trade goods. Hacan's support puts me at 3. I can easily score 2 tech and 2 colors this round, and spend 3 tokens next round. If I also complete 1 secret objective next round, I'll go into round 5 with 6 points. Then, I just need to spark a rebellion, take Mechatol Rex, and hopefully complete a stage 2 objective using spending or technology.
How concerned is the table about Jol-Nar right now?
Very good.
L1 wants to get paid by the table to attack my home system. He's got a fleet on the awful wormhole and he can come through Lodor. If he's got a flank speed, it could be a problem for me.
It doesn't sound like anyone's making any offers, green, so what are you thinking?
I mean, I would certainly make some kind of deal to avoid that. I mean, it's not like you have overwhelming force here, right? He's got 2 dreadnoughts, a cruiser, and a carrier full of infantry. I've got a similar force at my home, but I have 2 PDS with plasma scoring. I'm not that worried. Still, I offer him a trade good to go away and leave me alone. I mean, I don't like it, but I would give you a trade good, so you're getting something.
Jesse, can you push it up, please?
Yeah, sorry.
I can fit in with war funding if you go to war.
Alright, that's a deal. So you give me war funding, okay.
Wait,
Well, are we neighbors?
hold on. You are neighbors. I'm considering research agreement now that you have war funding. Let's see, you're bringing 2 dreads, a carrier, a cruiser. Yeah, now I'm worried. If I don't get a good PDS roll and he comes in with war funding, I could be in some real trouble. Okay, all right. You're big meanie. You just want the research agreement for like absolutely free? Oh, what about your 1 trade good? Then we're making a deal and it's not extortion completely. What do you say? I mean, this is like a point for you getting this research agreement. You're going to be able to get the extra thing.
Yeah, okay. That's a deal.
I'm obviously not thrilled with this trade. It's only 1 trade good for research agreement, but it does keep me out of trouble. I just need to not rock the boat and kind of cruise into round 5 with a good plan. Green passes and we move on to scoring.
Alright, purple, I'm scoring.
I have tech. 2 tech and 2 colors.
Any secrets?
No. Hacan and Barony also score 2 tech and 2 colors, and everyone else moves up too. In the end, we end up with myself, Sol, and Hacan on 4 points, and everyone else on 3.
Next objective is expand borders, control 6 planets and non-home systems.
This is not a great objective for me. I control 6 non-home planets at the moment, but I don't want to be bothered defending them. I want to focus on consolidating my forces and getting ready to take Mechatol Rex.
Alright, you all should have gotten your action cards and your tokens. Go ahead and distribute and card any extra action cards, return your strategy card, count up your influence. We're going to be starting an agenda phase here within the next 5 minutes.
I also need to discard. I've drawn Warfare Rider and my 3rd Shields Holding card of the game. That's not bad, I do like Shields Holding, and I think I can get rid of one of these other cards instead. I end up discarding Maneuvering Jets. It's not a bad card, but I don't have any plans to attack some place with PDS, so I don't need it. I distribute my new command tokens without putting any more in fleet supply. I would love to be able to put more there and build up a larger invasion fleet, but I'm going to need to do things next round, including spending on an objective.
Purple, you're my speaker. Their ancient burial sites has been discarded, so go ahead and start.
Wormhole reconstruction. Oh wow. I'm so lucky. This agenda is great news for me. The L1Z1X fleet that threatened my home system is sitting in a wormhole system. If this agenda goes against, it'll be locked down next round. I, meanwhile, have no ships in a wormhole system. It's really great that I didn't decide to build up on Lodor. I will put it on 4, because that's the one where we do, they're connected. Yeah. I will do a Warfare Rider.
Okay, Warfare Rider on 4, set window, 1, 2, 3. Hello, Rider 2.
So my rider goes through and we go around the table. There are no other riders on this agenda. I'm liking this. I'll either get an extra dreadnought in my home system to help defend, or the invasion fleet will be locked down.
Alright, voting starts with yellow. Whenever you're ready, yellow.
A few votes are put on the for side. After thinking a long time, white ends up going against. Sol immediately abstains. I would have paid him to give me the free dreadnought, but having the invasion fleet locked down is perfectly fine too.
So now each player places a command token from his reinforcements in each system that contains a wormhole and one or more of their ship.
There aren't many players affected by the outcome of this agenda. It's mostly just the L1Z1X, though Barony does have one dreadnought that gets locked down. Our next agenda gives us the option to close all the wormhole connections. The alternative, though, is destroying PDS that are adjacent to wormhole systems. I'm the only one with some juicy PDS to destroy. This doesn't look good for me.
Enforced travel ban. Wins. We're looking for that veto, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Riders, starting with purple.
No rider. I would like to have another rider to help push this 4, but I'm all out.
No rider from yellow. Red. Oh wait, purple. I'm so waiting on riders from purple. Purple?
No, sorry.
Alright, red.
No rider.
Green. No. White.
White plays a leadership rider against. He's looking to get paid when my PDS are blown up.
You're doing good. Okay. Second hand purple.
No.
Okay, yellow. Second hand. No. Second hand red. Second hand green. And he was like, alright, we got through. Voting starts with you, Yellow.
John puts 4 votes on 4.
So against destroys PDS.
Yeah, I have a couple. I have my starting ones, which I don't want to lose. I'd be willing to pay you to vote. 4.
I feel like destroying all of Jol-Nar's is pretty useful for the table.
There's no deal.
It also makes it harder to get to his farm system, so it's like,
13 against.
Barony is a constant thorn in my side. He never misses a chance to make trouble for me. This isn't looking good. Wait, Blue. I will help you with trade goods. We can get in this game. No. John and I discuss using bribery to swing the vote for. It's a neat idea, but unfortunately it would take all of my trade goods. I don't think it's worth that just to save 2 BDS and close the wormholes. Oh, I'd love that, but I mean, 2 PDS just I don't think they're gonna be worth all of that. I appreciate that though. All right, I abstain.
Wait, I need you to destroy a PDS. Thank you. PDS. Who else has adjacent to wormhole PDS? I don't see any adjacent to this wormhole. Looks like purple took care of his.
Yep. So I lose 2 valuable PDS in my home system. It's not a great result. It is bad news. But it doesn't matter that much. I'm not in any immediate danger because the L1Z1X fleet in the wormhole is locked down. I'll have time to build more ships and get my home system defended.
Alright, I think we're all set with the PDS destruction. So, we're on the start of the strategy phase. I believe someone's been played, so whenever you're ready, please.
So that wraps up round 3. Let's see how it went. From a material perspective, things are moving in the right direction. Most importantly, I completed a public objective. I also swapped supports with a con to put me on track for a round 5 victory. Unfortunately, I only got 1 technology. Passing on ERES siphons was almost certainly a mistake. On the other hand, I drew another achievable secret objective. I've held off on scoring it to make Spark Rebellion easier later. Command tokens, trade goods, and action cards are all accumulating nicely. I'm also pleased with the amount of plastic I got built. Lastly, I got the speaker token. Unfortunately, it did not help me at all in the agenda phase. And that brings us to the losses column. There were some setbacks this round. L1 extorted away my research agreement by threatening my home system. He only paid me 1 trade good for it. I no longer have my own support for the Throne Promissory Note, of course, since that was swapped with a con. And in the agenda phase, I lost the 2 PDS in my home system. That's a blow. The expenditures of tokens and trade goods were a normal part of doing business, so I'm okay with those. However, I wasn't happy with my action cards this round. I discarded one of the cards I drew off politics and sold the other to Hacan for just 1 trade good. You just never know what you'll get when you draw action cards. It could have been worth it. Let's take a look at the board position. I've consolidated almost all of my forces into 2 systems, my home system and one next to Mechatol. 3 dreadnoughts is a sizable force in the middle of the board. On the other hand, I feel vulnerable in my home system without PDS. I don't see any immediate threats, but it's hard to predict what could happen next round. I'll try to get you round 4 before too long. In the meantime, I'm gearing up for this year's Space Cats Beast Turtles tournament game. It's hard to believe that much time has passed already. It feels a bit weird to still be working on a project from last year's tournament, but this is the only footage of the game that I'm aware of. Part of the joy of these tournaments is creating a story together. Our epic victories, cunning plans, and spectacular failures. They're all events worth remembering. So I'm going to keep working to bring you the full saga of this 2020 game.